Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Steel Forest. So, we did have a great start in the previous episode. We have achieved a proper irrigation system. The last part of it has been wired up while I'm talking. And yeah, today we're going to go deeper. Expedition-wise, we're going to explore what we got there. We have breached into the Tier 2 caverns already. We haven't found the Tier 1 caverns, and neither did we find iron yet. So there's a couple of things we still have to do. But there's one wonderful thing that I want to announce. So I finally have made a plan for the actual city, and it's going to be great. So we're going to have a ramp leading downstairs here, and it's ending up there. And we're going to build the actual city, if the aquifers allow. I don't know yet. Down here, and we're going to build one magnificent hall, and there's going to be houses in the walls. Yeah. Not in the walls, in the hall. It's a multi-level hall with houses that I build in there. So basically, I want to build a city underground. So, a couple of things that make everything a little bit more interesting. So, we need to stabilize this, or, well, stabilizing is not quite the word. Make sure it's not leaking anymore on this ramp. This ramp is going to be very, very important for the entire fort. This is priority work, you fools. It does seem to me... Is this unreachable, maybe? It might be, because the ramps are not enclosed anymore by any supporting walls. So we need to do a emergency operation here. There we go. And all of a sudden they can do. Yeah. I know what I'm doing here most of the time. Oh, yeah, we can't build a ramp on this spot, obviously, anymore. I just realized what I did there and why it can't work. Damn it. Ah, well, we're just going to build a big fat staircase here. So obviously you can't drive into the city with your cart. Toodles. I forgot that the aquifer would make this pretty much impossible. Whatever. So, do I need to tunnel downstairs now? Can I even? Does this even work when I have these? It doesn't. I have no clue what I'm doing. Now I do. But, it is a very odd and new way of doing things for me. That's what I'm trying to say here. So we're just going to construct the stairs. There we go. And now we're going to work with ramps again, because I wanted to ramp. Oh, the ramp is not where I expected it to be. Ah, well, whatever. It's okay. We're just going to make it look as if it was intended all the way along. Alright. And that opens up big hall. So here things get interesting. So we're just going to quarry out a ginormous spot here. Something like that. This will keep my miners busy for a few days. So, yeah, I don't know if this is even accessible. I don't think it is. So, yeah, my entire idea With ramps like that, it does not work at all. Too bad. But it's okay. So we're just going to deconstruct these. Sometimes you just need to shape things up over the course of the time. Obviously, this doesn't work as I imagined, so we're just going to work differently then. So, migrants have arrived. I need to check who's new here. So we're just going to build some floorboards and stuff on top of that. So, Nomal, the legendary miner, wonderful, hailing from the Lone Anvil, and been part of many operations already. Sigun sign... what? Sinew inked. Ah. Sometimes it is hard to read those names. Pretty nude guy. Doosim, the animal trainer. So, obviously part of the Lens of Rewarding, the Company of Glens. Sounds like Tamewild to me. Then we have a jeweler. Also a pretty new character. And a couple of kids. Alright, so yeah, I forget about what I did there, and we just forget about it, okay? Reptile woman blowgunner and a cavern stealth. So here, the real big deal about how we're going to do this is that I need to excavate this several levels deep without producing cave-ins. The latter is the challenge. But before we think about anything like that, it's time to start the irrigations. Finally need access to food and the like. Wonderful. Couple of helping hands, even if it is only 4 more workers, will do a lot for us. Alright. So the big deal about this whole thing here is that we're going to build this several layers, and then we need to punch away the floor in a manner that it doesn't collapse on our heads. That's the part where I'm, for myself, not 100% sure about how we're going to pull it off ideally. I mean, the easiest way would be just to make sure that nobody is around while we're just letting the sky collapse downwards. We'll see about that. It's going to be an interesting experimentation about gravity, cave-ins, and dead dwarves. The latter, I think, is hard to avoid. Anyways, off to something more pleasant. We can now build farms. I'm just joking around so much about dead dwarves because I'm so sure that I'm going to mess it up in many ways that I can't foresee it. It's typical for this game that it is full with little things to mess you up when you're not knowing what you're doing yet. Basically, every bigger project that you start to do is starting out with not knowing what you're doing there. So... that's actually right. They just didn't find time for the jobs yet. Excellent. So we can now start planting out the plump helmet all year. So I want a couple of fields that only churn out plump helmets to satisfy our baseline needs all year long. Then we are going to go for pigtail in combination with plump helmet. Ah, well, we can't go for a sweet pot this season there. And here we're going for more pigtail. And more sweet pot. So yeah, that is Rumble in the Jungle, or Rumble in the Caverns. Luckily we sealed ourselves off, and this is why you seal yourself off. This is exactly why. And I don't know why it's leaky here. We're going to smooth the walls just in case. Okay, so irrigation 2 will come down any second. But I don't think I need it at that point. I only have one farmer, so it should be okay to do it like that for now. Seeds, please. We're storing them right next to the farm, so the logistics will become a lot more effective that way. Cool. So we got all that. Let's delete this plan. Ain't gonna happen this time. And yeah. Time to get ourselves some accommodations. Does that even work? Nah, it doesn't. Does this look as strange as I think it does when it's done? I don't know. I don't think it does. But I think we'll try it out. Alright, so allanite and basalt will be available in rough amount, in sheer amounts. We have so much of that stuff. So that is, and so far, really excellent, as it opens up the opportunity for me to just build castle and fortifications and whatever I want out of all that stuff. So we can only draw something like that, right? And obviously, we're being hindered by the mountain here. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that is so much work for my miners. I kind of feel sorry about that, but only a little bit. It's only good that Nomal joined us. So now we have 2 people doing all that. So, it's autumn. That means I need to get my trading depot up. And we should carve up some gemstone. The typical things you do in the first autumn of a year. Okay, so we're going to set up a spot for the traders down here. There we go. I don't like the idea of having the traders being upstairs somewhere. Okay, then we need a jeweler and a stockpile for gems. I think that's all the things that we really need. Ideally, a couple of bins and such, but I'm all out of wood. Let's change that. This nasty highwood tree was blocking the entrance to my fortress long enough. Okay. That's all up and ready, and we're just going to cut gems as often as we can for now. That'll cut up all the gems that we currently have, but since we only have boring old Morions, that won't do that much of a change value-wise to them, so we really need all we can get there. Okay, that's looking fancy. And this is going to be our temple. Yeah, just like I thought, the corner there looks only really that weird in the preview. There we go. And it's gonna be the good old Erdem Temple. The Sanctuary of Beaks. What does that have to do with a god of the mountains, I ask? But I don't expect any answer. We're going to smooth the walls here. And bins are being made. Wonderful. That's what I wanted to see. So we're going to forge in our home gorge a little bit. But we're also going to forge in our home caverns. Ah, yeah. So, hope that'll fix and fetch me some drink and food for the time being. And we should set up a corpse and a refuse stockpile for now. As placeholders. It's not an ideal positioning for all these things, but it's better than having no position for all those things at all. Okay. So I think the safest way to take away the whole thing will be to just do it line by line. Because that way, if I just keep channeling like this, the worst that will happen is that, yeah, this ends up with segments that always are connected to the main plate somehow. We'll try it with that method. I mean, I never done this before, so yeah, everything can go possibly wrong. It could just work out fine though at the first go. It's very much possible as well. So, traders are in town. So, that's an interesting title. Odin of Rasp Orb from Zulbanshedem. Hello. Nice to see ya. So, we have to talk about something very, very important. Can you bring me Fluxstone? Yes, you do. So this is the weirdest import that I've ever asked for. I think chalk might be among the most smart things to ask for, because it's a lightweight Fluxstone. And off we go. I mean, we haven't found any iron yet, so it is a little bit hasty on my end. That's a leaky old staircase, hey? Oh well, whatever. And yeah, so we can turn off the jeweler, I think. He's been busy enough. That's enough Morions for now. I hope they're capable of putting them into a bin before. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. So the trader is ready to trade. Well, next time we should be doing this a little bit early, but whatever. There is a lot of commotion in this fort due to the sheer amount of digging that we're doing here. So this fort has a obscene amount of Morions. So what do we actually need to trade for here in the first place? Is the question that I'm asking myself most here. Because food and drink, I think, are the items that are currently missing the most here, yeah. So probably we should just import a little bit of that. So, raw glass. We don't need that too badly here. So yeah, these bad boys here. Some drink. Ooh, a steel short sword, eh? Not bad, not bad. So... buying all that stuff here should give us a bit of a start, but, well, we can't remotely afford that here. But the trade is a trade, and we have some food and drink on our stockpiles. New migrants are arriving. Brilliant. Feecott, the metalsmith. Hailing from, well, he's a fortress tourist, a real one. And Deller Stockades, the legendary jeweler. Part of the cudgel of perplexing and the lens of rewarding. Sure thing. Let's see, that's 2 people so far. I'm so glad when we are getting reinforcements here. But it's looking like we're stuck with 2 more people, and that's that. Right, so it's not horrible at all. No, don't get me wrong. Ugh. What is horrible, though, is to see how the aquifer is creeping on us. So, well, that doesn't look nice to me. This way, it's going to be at least symmetrical. I bet it's leaking from above here, because that's the actual leaky spot, but whatever. Bit of wet spots on the ground never did hurt anybody. Okay. And guess what? Yeah, we're doing this a 3rd level. I mean, this does hinder me effectively from prospecting for iron, I know, but it also does train my miners to epic proportions. So, not all bad. So, we're gonna be needing the process plants job. I learned from my mistakes. And it's time to fling open the second floodgate. All the plans are happening. So, I still don't know if it is a myth or if it's true that seed stockpiles work best without barrels. If it is a myth, then it is because a bug has been fixed. Right? But I don't know if it is really the case. Oh, look at that. There's still foraging jobs here. So I think plant gathering is not a good job for our esteemed expedition leader. So we're going to do this like that and give the plant gatherer job to the animal trainer. Farmers are among the most busy dwarves out there. There we go. Especially when they're not legendary, they're also not too fast on their job as well, so... Oh, unpastured animals. The Icon Gaming special. There we go. They should survive now. Good. That also means that we are, at this very moment, pretty much ready for more. Yeah, it also brings me an obscene amount of stone to work with, as we have now basalt, allanite, and some rock salt to no end. We still have no clue where the... Did I really do this like that? Cool. We still have no clue where the iron's at, but, you know, one thing at a time, I'd like to say. So, I can't do more mining assignments at that point, though, except for maybe this one. So the merchants will be leaving soon? That is fine for me. Probably we're just going to construct now a couple of stairs, as this will look a lot tidier than my attempts of channeling downstairs. It's no shame to try something that doesn't work, it's just a shame to stick to a design that sucks. At least in my book. Alright. I am quite happy though to see how much stone we'll have to work with. Usually I am way less rich in stone that early on. Usually the stuff we're gathering early on is a lot less. So that makes me particularly happy. Let's do some basalt stockpile. This stuff will be absolutely mandatory in our fort. And we accompany that with the allanite stockpile, as I obviously see this as another stone that we're going to use a lot. Let's couple that with a couple of extra stone workers here. And I'll learn my part. We're also going to set up another mechanics workshop. Then another crafts dwarf, because it's always better to have two of these. And last but not least, a carpenter, and then this hall is full. And I really hope that I can, this time for once, convince myself to just build something else instead of just expanding the hallway. Can't promise though. But this is going to be really cool once it's done. This is just a basic blueprint. I don't know how far we'll go. I think I need to do a 4th layer because, you know, that makes up for houses that can be 1 to 2 stories high. If I only go for 3 layers, we can effectively only have 1 to 2 story, but then the 2nd story of the house will already reach the ceiling of the cavern. I don't like that. So we have to think about our megalomania though before we start building our houses completely, because, well, we could expand, but then the houses get basements, so I don't know. Anyways, that's going to be for the first time a real city in the mountain. I'm pleased with myself. Actually, it's more of a city in the ground, but it has elevation. It has to count as a mountain for the sake of what it's worth. All right. So, with 15 people, we are not really at risk of being attacked. But I still would like to take preparations for that happening one day. Yeah, so I think I'll let them excavate the city level completely. And after all that is being done, we have to do some expeditionary things again. Because currently we have the problem that we don't really are able to expand, as all our miners are bound with the enormous quarrying tasks that I put up there. But I don't regret a thing. It's excellent training for them. I mean, not everybody is already a legend like Nomau, level 61 miner. The other blokes here, they all can use the training. If we check out Aerith, oh well, look at that, already a legend. Huh, that went fast. So yeah, that's typical. You start out with the dwarfs in a city like that and they go legendary before you know it. But as you see there, the necessary experience for one level is being chunked down quite quickly. This, by the way, is DF hack, not the base game. I don't know why it's not the base game, because it's awesome, but yeah. So that all sums up to we need allanite blocks, basalt blocks to build the city with. And we need some drunkards with weapons that can shove away or shoo away the crazy elves. And the more I look at this, the more I'm convinced that we have to do something different here. The wet part of the fort is starting to be an issue here. So I start to dig out a few more extra apartments wherever possible, but yeah, we are kind of struggling here. Alright. Finally, the Rhyolite Tunnel is being made by Nomal. She finally felt like going somewhere else. So we're going to do something fun. And this time we're digging upstairs instead of downstairs. But we're also going to dig downstairs. But I want to see if I can find some caverns somewhere. Okay. What I don't have yet is a stockpile for blocks. Yeah, there it starts already. But we're going to do this really nifty here in between. There we go. Just a generic bars and blocks stockpile for now. What the hell happened here? That is not how it should look like. Anyways, my friends, we are already deep in overtime. I didn't even want it to do so. Thanks for watching, you all. It's been a blast. I think we're getting somewhere here with the designs of Steel Forest, and I hope you guys like it too. Comments go down below, leave me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and as usual, you will find the playlist link down there leading to plenty of other Dwarf Fortress things that I did. Feel free to support the channel via the given means down there. Patreon, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee are all cool things. Check out the channel membership for early access to the daily episodes, and yeah, thanks for being around, thanks for supporting, thanks for watching. You guys are all the greatest. See you all the next time.